or tuning in the sun. This is TFM. Get ready to rock. From AM to PM. Come on. Let's talk.
TFM 95.4.
Let's talk.
Live on TFM and the TFM Facebook page. This is the live feed of TTV. Let's talk.
Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. These are the top headlines from our newsroom today. Second round of Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine begins in the Sultanate today. Expats barred from certain position in Oman's education sector. SQ researchers build drone to detect COVID-19 cases in Oman. Travelers defer plans after Oman changes COVID quarantine rules. Africa's COVID-19 cases top 3.73 million. Trump acquitted again in impeachment trial. From Premier League, Gundogan's brace helps Manchester City defeat Spurs. In addition to that, in today's episode, we'll be joined by two Omanis who drove to Tanzania from Oman. But before that, let's see how the weather's like in the Sultanate in our weather update.
Hi, my name is Maytha Shukeli for today's weather update. And right now, I'm outside the TFM studio in Al Khuer. Before we move on to weather, here is our fact for the day. Lightning releases a bolt of electricity. Also, smoke and carbon microparticles present in the upper regions in the atmosphere can initiate static. That is our fact for the day. Now let's step inside the studio and talk more about weather. An alert has been issued by Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation authorities saying that there will be poor visibility during fog formation, and there will be mainly clear skies over the rest of the Sultanate with advection of high and medium clouds over Musandam, Oman Sea, and adjoining mountains. And there's chances of late night to early morning low-level clouds or fog patches in Al-Buremi, Al-Zahira, Al-Wusta, and South Sharqiyya. And now let's take a look at how the weather will be like in all the governorates. Muscat will be sunny, temperatures between 26 to 19 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 24 to 16 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batina will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 26 to 18 degrees Celsius. South Al-Batina will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 16 degrees Celsius. Al-Buremi will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 28 to 17 degrees Celsius. Al-Zahira will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 28 to 16 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhiliya will be sunny, temperatures between 29 to 15 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiyya will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 29 to 16 degrees Celsius. South Al-Sharqiyya will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 26 to 18 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 29 to 18 degrees Celsius. And Dhofar will also be sunny, temperatures between 26 to 19 degrees Celsius.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now, before we jump to the local stories for the day, let's see how the COVID-19 situation is like in the Sultanate. The Ministry of Health officials in Oman today has announced registration of 3 death cases due to coronavirus. This is in fact in the past 72 hours. The new death cases have taken the total death toll in Oman to 1,542. The health officials has also extended their deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. In addition to that, in the past 72 hours, the Ministry of Health has registered 684 new coronavirus cases in Oman. The total cases in the country have now touched 137,306, including 129,054 recoveries, as well as 1,542 death cases. In the past 72 hours, 593 recoveries were also reported by the health officials. The ministry has urged everyone to adhere to social distancing instructions issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. Now from a local desk. The Ministry of Health in Oman will begin inoculating people with the second dose of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine starting from today. A statement by the Government Communications Center, commonly known as GC, said Those targeted are the elderly and those with chronic diseases who have already received the first dose of the vaccine. Vaccination will take place at previously announced venues. The second batch of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, which is 17,550, arrived in the Sultanate last night. A statement issued online by the Oman news agency said the Ministry of Health will begin vaccination on Sunday with the second dose of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine for those who received the first dose of the target groups in the first phase of the national campaign for immunization against COVID-19. Pharmacist Khalid bin Ali Al-Farsi, in charge of the vaccine stores at the Ministry of Health, indicated in a statement to ONA that the distribution process had been completed upon of its arrival at the predetermined centers across the Sultanate's governorates. It is reported that the total number of those who received the first dose of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine was 24,773, with a coverage rate among the target groups of 98%, while the number of those who received the second dose of the same vaccine reached 12,272 people, with a coverage rate of the target groups of 46%. The Ministry of Labour has issued a ministerial decision to reserve some positions in private higher education institutions for Omani citizens. A statement issued online by Oman news agency said, His Excellency Dr. Mahad bin Said Bawen, Minister of Labour, issued a decision to reserve some professions for Omanis in private higher education institutions in an effort to achieve nationalization and replacement. The decision stipulates that only Omanis can be appointed to all administrative and financial positions and positions related to the departments and divisions of the Deanship of Admission and Registration, Student Affairs, Student Services, and all professions related to student counseling, social counseling, and career guidance, according to the statement. A fully functional prototype which can detect COVID-19 symptoms in the Sultanate from a distance of 10 to 15 meters has been built by researchers in Oman. The research team was led by Dr. Ahmed Al-Mashri from Sultan Qaboos University and has been funded by the COVID-19 research program offered by the Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Innovation. The prototype uses thermography to accurately calculate the skin temperature of targets using thermal cameras. In addition, machine vision algorithms are used to perform tasks such as action recognition to detect other symptoms such as coughing and sneezing. Machine vision's algorithms will also help in detecting the faces of suspected cases. This project aims to develop a drone-based system that can detect suspected cases of COVID-19 infections from a distance using drones and the artificial intelligence technology. The system was tested in outdoor environments at various altitudes, multiple angles of incidence, different times of the day, and several locations. The ability to detect suspected cases of infection from a distance has several advantages. First of all, this approach is safer since suspected areas can be scanned without the need to send healthcare providers to the location to take measurements. Secondly, it is much faster to scan areas using a drone instead of making door-to-door visits to these locations. Thirdly, the proposed system is much more cost-effective, especially when compared with dispatching skilled cadre who could have otherwise been utilized to provide healthcare to those in need. The system provides accurate skin temperatures of multiple individuals simultaneously. Also, the system can reliably detect the faces of targets even when they are wearing masks. The advantages of the system include that it can recognize individuals who are coughing, sneezing, or nose blowing with very high accuracy in real time. Furthermore, the system provides reports that include the face of the suspected cases along with the exact locations identified by GPS coordination. Now, passengers flying back to Oman are postponing their trips in the wake of the new mandatory institutional quarantine measures introduced by the Supreme Committee to deal with COVID-19, which has made their trips a lot more expensive. Travel agents have come up with quarantine packages for people arriving in the country, and although they are quickly selling out, people are being told to use their discretion while traveling overseas. The Supreme Committee on February 10th made it compulsory for all new arrivals in Oman to quarantine in hotels in the country for up to 7 days, since many people have failed to follow the required precautions introduced to prevent the spread of coronavirus. They are required to take one PCR test on landing in the country and a second after 7 days. Shortly after the decision of mandatory institutional quarantine was made, travel agents in the country rolled out packages of different prices depending on passengers' spending limits. Majan Travel and Tours have packages that begin at 22 Omani Riyals a day for a 3-star hotel, 26 Omani Riyals for a 4-star hotel, and 43 Omani Riyals for a 5-star stay. Travel Point, a tourist agency in the country, has rolled out a package that allows passengers to spend their quarantine in a 3-star hotel with prices that begin at 99 Oman Riyals. More expensive offers are also available for those looking to check into 4- and 5-star hotels, said Fayaz Khan, the company's general manager. Now, according to him, he said that our 3-star package was sold out just 2 days after we brought it out. And we were working late on Thursday and through the weekend to make sure customers could finalize their bookings. The Supreme Committee decision came quite suddenly, so a lot of people did have time to reschedule their bookings, but there are some who cannot and will need to enter institutional quarantine. We have an agent in Bangladesh who wants us to provide him 100 rooms a day for arrivals into Oman. He also added that demand for 3-star rooms is very high because if people need to quarantine institutionally, they are looking for economical options. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the show today, that we'll be joined by 2 Omanis who took us on this journey from traveling to Oman and Tanzania on their car. So let's welcome Mr. Khamis Khalid Al-Barwani and also Mr. Nasir Khalid Al-Salmi. Thank you so much to both of you for joining us today.
Thank you.
I see Mr. Khalid is not there with us right now.
I can hear you guys, but you cannot see me.
Okay, so I think we can hear you, but it's still, the sound is from a distance.
Yes, hello guys.
Hello, so before we begin the show and talk about this amazing journey that you both took from Oman to Tanzania on your car, I would like to ask both of you, what exactly do you do? What is your background? Mr. Nasir, since we can see you right now, if you could just start.
My name is Nasir Khalid Al-Salmi. I'm working as a supervisor called tubing in desert. We are working here in Oman now 10 years in desert, experience in oil field. And our work is scheduled 3 weeks off, 3 weeks on. And I'm married, I have 2 daughters, and life is going on. Alhamdulillah.
That's amazing. Mr. Khalid, can you hear us?
I think Khalid will connect and he will come back soon, inshallah.
I was just going to suggest him to connect so that he can also share a little background on what exactly he does. And in the meantime, I know that you and Mr. Khalid are really close. So could you tell us a little background about Mr. Khalid?
Yes, Khalid Al-Barwani, his name is Khalid bin Hamad Al-Barwani, and also he's working in desert as a field engineer in Halliburton, and almost now 10 years like me. So we start to work together, and we are very close friends, and we live together in Mawaleh, and he also has 3 daughters now.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is background. Yeah.
I really like the fact that you both are working in the same field, and then you both are living in the same area, almost has the same family structure, and also went on this amazing journey to Tanzania on car from Oman. Could you tell us a little about this journey?
This journey was start from Oman. We was 5. Actually, was 5 guys. Me, Khalid, and 3 others. But me and Khalid reached to Tanzania. But our friends, as you see on photos, they only stop at Rwanda. So was no time to come to Tanzania. So we continue our journey, me and Khalid, to Tanzania. And when we reach Tanzania, we see there is very amazing. We see Tanzania is place we can take long time to have our journey to see the most of things in Tanzania. So we stuck in Tanzania and we make a special trip to Tanzania, and we take there around 6 or 5 weeks in Tanzania this time.
I can see the beautiful pictures that is on our screen. That it looks really interesting. It looks like you both had a great time in Tanzania. Hello? Hello? I think we're losing connection with Mr. Nasir, and we're still trying to get in touch with Mr. Khalid. I hope they can both make it in time and, talk about this amazing journey that they took on, that they embarked on, driving from Oman to Tanzania. So I think Mr. Khalid is back with us, so let's have him here. Hello, Mr. Khalid. Okay, I think Mr. Khalid is also not here. We'll try to get in touch with them again. But before we move on to our next segment, let's take a quick commercial break.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
It's about time we kicked COVID-19 out of our lives. Join us on TTV Outline every Monday and let us learn how to fight COVID together. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now from our international desk. A total of 3,731,343 COVID-19 cases have been reported on the African continent as of Saturday evening. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, known as Africa CDC, has said. Meanwhile, the death toll related to the pandemic in Africa rose to 97,870. The Africa CDC said, adding that the continent's fatality rate stood at 2.6%. A total of 3,272,202 people infected with COVID-19 have recovered across the continent, the African Union Commission's healthcare agency said. South Africa, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, and Ethiopia are the countries hardest hit by the pandemic in Africa, whose COVID-19 cases accounted for 67% of Africa's total cases. Among the 5 countries, South Africa has reported the highest COVID-19 inflicted death toll in Africa at 47,670 as of Saturday, according to the agency. The agency said Africa's number of confirmed cases accounted for about 3.5% of the global caseload, whereas its number of deaths represented 4% of the global total. More African countries have reached a fertility rate higher than the global average of 2.2%, the agency said. I think we have got both our guests on call with us. Can you both hear me, Mr. Khalid and Mr. Nasir?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Finally, it's good to have you both back with us.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Khalid, Mr. Nasir already gave us your introduction and the background about you. So we don't need to start from there. But I was just going to ask Mr. Nasir, and now that you're here, that how did you both, embark on a journey like this, from a field like, oil and gas to driving to Tanzania from Oman? How did it all start, Mr. Khalid?
Yeah, things start as a hobby, and he's not the first guy to go Tanzania by car, but there is some our colleagues who went there before. So we just like the trip, but we want to make it different. So we ask them how to go there and other stuffs, and they guide us as well. but we make it different in a different way.
Right. Mr. Khalid and Mr. Nasser, I just wanted to ask both of you. I hope you both can hear me clear right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Of all the countries, why did you both choose Tanzania?
Actually, we choose Tanzania. First reason, we born in Tanzania, me and Khalid. Okay. And second thing, when we reached Tanzania, we got different as we was in other countries. As Tanzania, we got there some of our close friend, and that we can speak Swahili. So when we reach Tanzania, we feel comfort. Then also the government of Tanzania, when they know we was there that time, they give us very good welcomes, and we meet a lot of people from government. And as you saw on our videos, okay, Tanzania, we took a lot of things. We go to some parks, we go to waterfalls. So it was amazing time in Tanzania. I don't know how to explain to you, but Tanzania was very good for us to take our times and to take our all live there in Tanzania for 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, I can see looking at the pictures and the videos that you both had a great time in Tanzania. Mr. Khalid, what's your reason of Tanzania?
The reason, as Nasser mentioned before, we born and raised in Tanzania. Another thing, the welcome of Tanzania, it was really amazing. They welcome us like new guests. But as we was born there, but still there were many places which we never been there before. So as we went this time, we really enjoy the journey and we enjoy the place. We saw a lot of stuffs which we never saw it before. So it was really amazing, and we are planning to go there again and again, and to visit more places which we didn't visit them before.
Right. Now, talking about journey, I'm really curious and I really want to know how long or how many days it took you both to reach to Tanzania.
It took us around 19 days from Oman to Tanzania. We crossed over 8 countries, and each we spent like 3 to 4 days.
And how was your journey? Like, were there any challenges, any obstacles that you both faced in between?
To be honest, was a small challenge. As you know, if you are traveling for long journey like this, so you will have a couple challenges. But the big challenge that we faced, it was on Ethiopia. As you know, my colleagues, they told us to do not drive through nights. But, it was a time delay, and we want to go as our plan. So we carry on to another village called Gonda. So we met a police who stopped us and asked us to do not continue. And we wanted to continue. So we found some people there. It was a kind of miscommunication because they don't speak English or they don't speak Arabic. So we had like a miscommunication. But end of the day, we found out that they want to know who we are, and they want to know what we are there, why we are there. So they stop us, and finally, when they know we have no problem with them, and we just cross around their countries, so they stop us and ask us to sleep in their village and to continue our journey in another day. The thing they stop us, they were thinking that we have guns in our car, and we have staffs which we are taking to another village to beat them. So it was just a miscommunication. But end of the day, they found us. We are good people. We don't have any problem. So they welcome us and they give us quota next day to continue with our journey.
So, Mr. Nasser, you're quiet right now. How was your feeling during this journey? You know, when Mr. Khalid just told me there were these obstacles where people were a bit fearful. Were you also like, were both of you a bit nervous about this journey, like, you know, crossing these 8 countries?
Yeah, for sure. This journey, we are happy with this journey, and these small problems happened to our journey was some challenge, and it thinks that we can tell our friends in future. That's our journey was like this. So when you want to go like this journey, don't drive at night. And we learn a lot of things, you know. You can learn from journey a lot of things. We saw many people, we see different cultures, we see different tribes in our journey. So a lot of things we learn, and we hope this journey to continue. And we tell a lot of people in Oman, our friends and our family, inshallah, in future time to do like this, inshallah.
Just wanted to ask you, you know, when you both arrived to Tanzania after a period of 19 days, what kind of reception of welcome were given to both of you?
Once we arrived in Tanzania, they welcome us very good, and they was waiting us, of course, because the medias and the government, they get a news that we are going Tanzania by car. So they was waiting us, and they welcome us, and they make a conference call, and we promise them we're gonna go back again. And we did that again and again. So they really appreciate, and they was happy. They give us a support from both angles, and wherever we go, the governors, they show us love. They ask us to visit their places. So it was really amazing. We cannot explain. And even some of our colleagues in Oman, they was very happy how the government welcome us. And some of our colleagues, they used to call us and get in touch with us and asking us if they want to go Tanzania, how they can go to other place which we been through. So it was really amazing, really amazing. We really appreciate the Tanzanian government, and we promise to go there again and again.
Mr. Nasser, would you like to add something to that?
I think everything he covered, Khalid, alhamdulillah.
Were you both, you know, at any point of time when you were embarking on this journey, were you both expecting this kind of love and this kind of warmth extended to you both from the people of Tanzania?
No, beginning we didn't expect this, but we surprised. For really, we surprised for this, and till now we are very happy with them. And a lot of people in Tanzania, all they was happy. When on our way around Tanzania, everyone was stop us to take photo with us, talk to us nicely, and everyone was happy there. So in this, we really appreciate, and we really thanks the government of Tanzania and everyone in Tanzania for these welcomes.
Now, I heard both of you saying that if you had to, do a similar journey again to Tanzania, you both would be doing it over and over again. Now, if you have to recommend this to a friend, would you recommend other people, like you said, that the citizens and the residents living in the Sultanate, to actually visit Tanzania?
Actually, we get many calls and get in touch with other people who want to go Tanzania. And I believe many Omanis who went to Tanzania, some of them was even raised there, but the place we went, they never been. Many people who goes to Tanzania, they just take a flight and go to their villages or to their families. So they never thought to go to somewhere to make a tour. So the place we went, they was shocked and asking, is this Tanzania? We say, yes, it is. Even us, it was the first time we've been there. So many people, they asking to visiting some places like Mountain Kilimanjaro, like Magamba, like Lushoto, and many more. Even we get a chance to visit some of national parks. So they keep asking what is kind of national park, where is that? So we're guiding them and we welcome any Omanis and any others who want to visit Tanzania. They can contact us. We can guide them as well to feel how beautiful Tanzania it is.
Right. Mr. Nasser, when
Yes.
somebody wants to embark on the same journey by road, what are the things that people need to be prepared for? What exactly would you advise people to take care of? And how long is this preparation going to take?
The preparation should be first of all, if they want to go road trip, they should have visas for every country. So we tell people to make every visa for each country here in Oman, first of all. Then for car, they need to go to make canet. So this canet is like visa for your car. So you need to prepare this. And all this process is very easy here in Oman. So because we already done and everyone knows. So anyone want to go road trip, the things will be very easy for them. But visa is very important because some African countries, visa maybe when you go there will take a long time or you will stuck there for visa. So here there are a lot of embassies so they can go there and make visas for East Africa, for Ethiopia, for Sudan. All can be done here in Oman. This is very important for anyone wants to go there. So when you go there to the border, is only you need to get signature and go your next location.
Right. And in terms of car and food, all this, like, do you need to have a 4x4 or you can just go in your normal sedan or SUV?
To be honest, any car can go. No need to have a 4x4. But if you have a 4x4, is much better because at some point, maybe you reach somewhere, you need to go in.
Hello?
Need to.
Okay, yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
You need to visit some other place which you need 4x4. But if you go directly from here to Tanzania, any car can go there. But it's better if you have a 4x4.
Well, thank you so much to you, Mr. Khalid, and to Mr. Nasser for joining us. Is there anything, any advice or suggestion that you would like to add here?
Yes, as Oman Dream Explorers, when we went to Tanzania, we take it as a hobby and we take it as a fun trip, but we learn a lot of things which we welcome anyone who want to support us in future-wise because we have a really dream to make a good relation between Oman and Tanzania as they have both they match with the cultures and other stuff. So we have a good relation and we have a lot of stuff which we can share with. So we welcome anyone who want to support us in a different ways and we have a lot of things to deal with.
Mr. Nasser, would you like to add anything?
Even Tanzania is perfect place to visit. So for anyone, as Khalid said before, a lot of people in Oman or Gulf, they go Tanzania to see maybe family or they don't explore Tanzania exactly. But in Tanzania, this time we explored a lot of things can be there. So they have everything, anything that we go to Middle East, we observed in Tanzania can be. So anyone wants to go Tanzania and he want to know where exactly to go, even can contact us, can ask us so we can direct them, inshallah. We are here for everyone.
Thank you once again to both of you for joining us and sharing this amazing experience and the amazing journey that you both embarked onto. Who would have imagined from Oman to Tanzania? Thank you once again for sharing this amazing experience with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's time for us to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we will be continuing with our international stories after this break.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
It's about time we kicked COVID-19 out of our lives. Join us on TTV Outline every Monday and let us learn how to fight COVID together. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now continuing the rest of the stories from our international desk. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has been acquitted in his second impeachment trial as the Senate fell short of supporters for convicting him of inciting Capitol riots. His acquittal comes over a month after a mob of Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol as legislators were counting the electoral results that certified his loss. 5 people died in the riot, including a police officer. According to a report by CNN, Trump got acquitted even after 7 Republican senators joining 50 Democrats voting to convict fewer than the 17 needed. The vote was 57 to 43, with 7 Republicans and the senators needed a 2/3 majority to convict Trump. Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer termed the Senate's decision as un-American. Following the Senate vote to acquit him, Trump thanked his legal team and said he will always have and always will and be a champion for the unwavering rule of law. And now lastly from our sports desk. Gundogan scored a brace as Manchester City defeated Tottenham Hotspur 3-0 on Sunday in the Premier League 2020-2021 season at the Etihad Stadium. With this win, City has consolidated its position at the top of Premier League standings, and the side now has 53 points from 23 matches. On the other hand, Tottenham has slipped to the 9th spot with 36 points from as many games. City got its first goal in the 23rd minute of the match as Rodri was able to successfully convert a penalty into a goal. No more goals were recorded in the first half, and at halftime, City maintained its 1-0 lead. In the second half, Gundogan came into its own and he registered 2 goals in the 50th and 66th minutes respectively, and this gave City a 3-0 lead. City will next take on Everton in the Premier League on Wednesday, while Spurs will clash against West Ham on February 21st. With this news, we have come to the end of the episode for today, but stay tuned as we'll be back again tomorrow with latest updates and more news your way. Keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.